If you manage IT infrastructure, you absolutely know the nightmare of alert fatigue. You're staring at endless server alerts, manually logging tickets, and basically just hoping nothing slips through the cracks. Well, today, we're going to completely eliminate that bottleneck. Welcome to this explainer, where we're unpacking the integration guide for SuperCloud Composer, or SCC, and ServiceNow. We're going to show you how to automate server alerts directly into incidents using a simple webhook. Let's dive in.
So before we jump into the UI, let's establish a quick technical baseline. What does this specific webhook actually do? Basically, when a specific SuperCloud Composer policy matches an alert in SuperCloud, SCC instantly fires off a data payload to a scripted REST API endpoint that we're going to build in ServiceNow. And the result? An incident record is created automatically. No human intervention required whatsoever.
And right here is our immediate value proposition. Think about the old, painful manual way. An alert triggers, a human has to spot it, parse the logs, log into ServiceNow, and then manually type up a ticket. It is incredibly slow, and let's be honest, pretty prone to error. Now contrast that with our new automated workflow. The SSC policy triggers, the webhook fires, and boom, the incident is created instantly. We are transforming a reactive chore into a proactive, totally seamless system.
Here's a quick look at our roadmap. 1. The power of integration. 2. Preparing the ServiceNow endpoint. 3. Securing with token authentication. 4. Configuring SuperCloud Composer. And 5. Viewing automated incidents.
Section 1. The power of integration, building the bridge.
Section 2. Preparing the ServiceNow endpoint, the destination.
To build this receiving dock in ServiceNow, there are just 3 precise steps you need to follow. First up, you navigate to the scripted REST APIs menu. Second, you create a brand new service. And third, you configure the specific HTTP post resource that's going to accept all that incoming data.
ServiceNow actually makes it incredibly simple to get started with this. You really don't need to dig through endless dropdowns. Simply typing scripted REST into the filter navigator pulls up exactly where you need to be under System Web Services. From there, you just hit New to initialize your endpoint.
Now, there are 2 crucial elements you've got to nail down here. First is establishing the base API path, which gives us our core URL structure, for instance, ending in sys_incident. But even more importantly, you absolutely must configure the HTTP method specifically to post. Why? Because SCC relies on sending webhook requests via HTTP post. You combine that with your relative path, which in this demo is simply /incident, and just like that, your destination URL is fully mapped out.
Section 3. Securing with token authentication, the secret handshake.
Okay, security is absolutely crucial here. We want to ensure we're using ServiceNow's native token-based authentication correctly so that no rogue data can just jump in and create fake incidents. Following these 3 steps sets that up. Navigating to inbound authentication profiles, selecting an API key profile, and defining the specific authentication parameter.
Finding this in the UI is pretty straightforward. You just take the menu path under System Web Services, open up API access policies, and that is your gateway to defining strict inbound authentication protocols. This is literally where you tell ServiceNow exactly what kind of security credentials to expect from the outside world.
I really want you to pay special attention to this exact phrase, SCUC webhook token. Seriously, this isn't just a suggestion. It is the specific HTTP header parameter required for the integration to function securely. Think of it like a VIP badge. When SCC knocks on ServiceNow's door, it hands over that badge, and the title on it must be exactly this phrase.
So, over on the auth parameter form, you'll set the type to auth header, and in the parameter name field, you just type in scc-webhook-token. A quick word of warning here. If you misspell this or even just use the wrong case, ServiceNow will flat out reject the incoming alerts. So double-check your typing. Once those rules are set, we actually have to generate the literal key. We navigate over to REST API key, assign it to a specific user, which is very often a system administrator account dedicated specifically to this integration. And then the system generates a secure token. This token is the actual secret password our SCC system will present at the ServiceNow toll booth.
And sitting securely in that REST API key record is a long, complex string of characters. This is the secret handshake we've been talking about. You want to copy this generated token right now, because in the very next step, we are taking it with us across the bridge.
Section 4. Configuring SuperCloud Composer, the sending end.
Now we're inside SCC, and the setup here is incredibly intuitive. You'll route right through the admin panel, head over to Support Advisor, and dive into your policies. From there, you just edit whichever specific server policy you want to trigger your tickets and attach our shiny new webhook channel to it.
This is where the entire integration comes together in one single screen, the Alert Channel Settings page inside SCC. First, you set the service type to Standard Webhook Service. Then, in the destination address, you paste that full ServiceNow endpoint URL we constructed earlier. Finally, right next to it, you'll see the secret token field. That's exactly where you paste that massive string of characters we just generated.
Section 5. Viewing automated incidents. The payoff.
Okay, to confirm the integration is actually successful in the real world, you can trigger a quick test alert. You can trace that alert starting from the SCC BMC history page. Once you see it log in there, you simply flip over to ServiceNow, check the incidents page, and right there at the top of your queue, you'll see a newly minted ticket containing all the telemetry data from your server alert. It is practically magic.
The benefits here are just massive. Your SCC policies now trigger a seamless, fully automated workflow directly into your IT service management platform. Incident tickets are created instantly. You've entirely eliminated that manual tracking fatigue that completely bogs down so many IT departments, and you've done the whole thing using secure, native token-based entry.
Now that you've mastered the SCC to ServiceNow webhook integration, I really want to leave you with this final thought. When you free up this much manual triage time for your team, what other bottlenecks can you eliminate in your infrastructure? Seriously, what will you automate next? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and happy automating.